Hey everyone, Game Test here, and welcome back to another video. And today, in this video, I'm going to be covering how I feel about the Hive community going into 2025, and I'm actually also going to be addressing the Zeka situation of my demotion, which I never really addressed how I felt about Zeka afterwards. So that's going to be at the end of the video. So if you want to hear that, stick around. First, I have a special announcement to make. I am working on my own Minecraft practice server. It has custom NPCs, ranks, game modes, and more. It's going really well in development, but we need to get some more hype up for the server. Not a lot of people know about it. And this is also our last video of 2024, so sit back, relax, and let's get into it. And welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about how I just feel about the Hive community going into 2025. I mean, a lot has happened this year, and I figured that I should probably give my thoughts on how I feel about it and what I think it's going to be like in 2025. I'm going to talk about there's issues I think we need to fix going into 2025. I want to see more things going on in 2025, and we're just going to cover all that. Starting off, I want to cover the toxicity. This was a major issue with the Hive community back in 2023. I mean, we had obviously the SWAT threats. We had Breezy quitting because of the toxicity, and he never came back. Even when he returned to YouTube, he never came back to Hive. Toxicity was just a major thing in 2023, and for the most part, it's gotten a lot better in 2024. We've obviously still had some drama. We had the Hive Lanky Dynams drama. We've had the Echo Fire drama. We now have the new Icy Nutella and Manicum drama. So there's still been drama this year, but nowhere near as much as it was in 2023. But there's still some bad eggs in our community. I'm not going to say who they are. I don't want to bring any conflict, but there is definitely some YouTubers who are in our community right now who are just not so good. But yeah, going into 2025, I definitely want to see, some more toxicity squashed in our community. But I'd say we've gotten pretty good about it going into this year. And going into next year, I would like to see, pretty much more toxicity get out of our community. And I really do think we've done a good job getting it out this year. So I'm proud of everyone who has, cracked down on toxicity. Really means a lot. Now we have the topic about Hive Staff. This is a topic I have been asked about, and to be honest, I don't really have a real opinion. I don't really know the Hive Staff that much. I only know 2 Hive helpers, and both of them are cool people. I've heard some people say bad about the Hive Staff. I've heard, the whole Icy Nutella blacklist thing, which from what I know, hey, that's not cool. But again, I don't really know Hive Staff enough to really say much about the Hive Staff team. So from what I can say, Hive Staff doesn't really need to fix anything going into 2025 because I haven't really saw any issues or saw it talked about. And I will say this about Hive, the next topic. I really do still love the game modes just the same. Alright. I like Sky Wars. Sure, Treasure Wars getting removed was kind of sucky. I don't really like Bed Wars. A lot of people do. I just miss Treasure Wars despite them pretty much being the same thing. I still feel the same pretty much about Hive playing it. I still enjoy streaming it. It's still a passion of mine. I still enjoy the community. So, how do I feel about Hive? Let me answer the question. We talked about how I think the community needs to fix, but how do I still feel about just the server? It still holds a special place in my heart. I still love it just the same. Nothing has changed. The Hive community will always be where I feel at home. I still love it just the same, and in 2025 I want to continue growing on this community, and I think we're going to have a good year. Sure, there's been some YouTubers who have milked content ideas, crap, even I did it back in May, but I'd like to see more original ideas in 2025 instead of just milking the same thing over and over. It kind of gets repetitive, and it's clear that it's just doing it for views, which again, I did it when I first started out, but I don't really do that anymore. But I'd like to see, more original content going into this next year. And that was the moment you've all been waiting for. I never really addressed this on anything. I never made a video on it. I never talked about it in stream. Mainly because I just moved on. But I'm still getting questions about it. People are still believing in some of these false rumors. So this is to squash it. How do I feel about Zeka? I'm going to be honest. I still love Zeka just the same. The community, I love the game, I love everything I built there, and the community still loves me back. The staff team is pretty decent. I have no issues with majority of them, but there is definitely some bad eggs on that staff team. Now, the whole drama that happened, it took place around, December 4th, I think it was, or the 3rd is when it started. I don't really remember the exact date. But basically speaking, Zeka had demoted me, and it came across, and I was not the only person who felt this. Majority of people who I told my demotion reason all agreed when they saw how it was worded, that it came across over me streaming another Bedrock server and calling it the best. Now, according to Zeka, this is not why they demoted me, but the way that it came across, hey, this is why I was demoted. So I made a community post just saying, hey, this is stupid, and everybody agreed that it was stupid based off the reasoning that they stated in that first demotion notice. Now, what happened next was some of my viewers had actually started to slander Zeka, and for some strange reason they thought I had something to do with it, despite my next community post literally stating that I wanted to move on from Zeka and that I do not wish for any drama to be created, but for some reason they thought I sent them. I don't know why. Now, I will say this, the Zeka higher-ups didn't really do anything too bad. I mean, they were just mostly concerned about the image of their server, which, again, I was not trying to attack. But some of the moderators on Zeka were spreading false rumors, such as me threatening to leak staff information, which I never did. They called me a liar when I said I had plans to leave. Well, first of all, it wasn't actually a plan, it was in the process. Literally, a couple of days before I was demoted, I was already in the process of switching to another server, and regardless if they accepted me or not, I was resigning either way. So, yeah, I didn't get to do my final goodbye as a helper like I planned, but you win some, you lose some. Again, I've moved on. I don't carry any grudge or hatred towards the server at all. I don't know why people still think I do. But people are still believing in these false rumors that were spread by some of the moderators. And before you try and say, oh, you're slandering Zeka, just let me get to the conclusion here because it gets good. For some reason, they painted the picture that I was distraught after I was demoted. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. If anything, my life got actually better after I was demoted. I had more free time, I was able to work on more things, a bunch of opportunities opened up. I even got the chance to open up my own server, which is, as you know, still in development. So, I'm not really butthurt. I mean, nothing really happened. I'm not distraught, despite one of the Zeka mods literally called me a liar when I said I'm not really too hurt over it. And I'm not. If I was literally going to leave in a couple of days, why in the world would I be distraught? And I really do think that a lot of Zeka mods, some of which were my friends, showed their true colors when I was demoted and voiced my opinion on pretty much them actually not being too good. And clearly they did not like that. And instead of saying, hey, I don't agree with your opinion about the issues that is at Zeka, which people such as Miniguy did, they still respected me as a person, stayed my friend, but just said they didn't agree with my opinion, which is fine. But the people who I thought were my good friends at Zeka act like they never knew me and literally unadded me, which is just disgusting, the fact that you would turn on somebody that fast because they have their own opinion. Which, keep in mind, I never even slandered Zeka. I just said I didn't agree with what some of the decisions that they were doing were, but I never really slandered them. I just left peacefully. But what happened in cause was a drama that was sparked by Zeka mods and a drama that was sparked by some of my rogue viewers. Luckily, this drama didn't even last that long. I talked with Miniguy and he, I think, passed the message on to Wraith. I don't know if Wraith is cool with me or not. I haven't really spoken to him, but I really do hope that Wraith understands that I never really did anything wrong. I pretty much left peacefully. But basically, Miniguy and I talked and we kind of came to the conclusion, hey, I understand that this came across this way, and now they were like, oh, we understand you didn't send your viewers, and we were kind of, at a peace treaty, because we kind of just realized, hey, this was a lot of miscommunication, and it pretty much was a lot of miscommunication. I was also told by another Zeka friend of mine that if I wanted to report the Zeka moderators next time I see them doing this, I can, and we can go about possibly getting them demoted, which that's good to show the fact that they are, actually taking responsibility for the mods that were spreading false rumors about me. and one of them has resigned since, and you know, that's nice, but I really do think that Zeka does need to do some checking on some of their mods, because, you know, when somebody gets demoted, you don't need to be spreading false rumors. But again, I don't carry any hatred or grudge towards the server at all. I still love it just the same. I really do hope Wraith and I can talk again and possibly become friends again, because I feel like it's kind of stupid that if he's actually mad at me because I think that some of his mods are bad, I don't know. Like, that's my personal opinion. I never really did anything wrong except voice my opinion. But I still hold the opinion that there's a few bad eggs in there. But overall, the server, I still love it just the same. I still have a lot of friends on the staff team, you know, and maybe one day I will eventually go back. I mean, I do kind of feel a little bit underappreciated for, you know, what I did while I was there. I mean, you guys don't really know my life behind the scenes. I'm extremely stressed and have a very tight schedule, and somehow managed to pop in 11 hours. And you can ask anyone who saw me on, I was actively typing and engaging with the community. Like, I loved it so much. And despite me only being a helper, I really do think I should have gotten X staff role, especially considering I worked there for half of a year. Now, they probably won't give it to me. I think that they should, to at least honor that. I mean, they took away, you know, me being able to do my last goodbyes as a helper. At least give me X staff role, dude. I mean, I put a ton of work into Zeka, I really did. And I really do hope a Zeka mod or something is watching this and passes along this message. Anyways, that's how I feel about Hive, and now I finally addressed how I feel about Zeka. I love them both equally. I have no hatred towards either of them. I think there's a few issues that can be fixed. But with Zeka, I still love it just the same. I just don't play it as much now because, well, I don't really have to. And with Hive, you know, I still love it the same, and it's still my passion. So thank you all for watching this video. And this is actually the last video of 2024, so happy early new year, because this is coming out on the 27th. Anyways, I'll see you all on the next one. Bye. Flippity. Bye.